Hello dear student, I welcome you all in subject highway engineering and subject code is 1615504. Today we are going to see unit number 4, that is construction of road pavement and material. In construction of road pavement and material we are seeing lecture number 2. My name is Daniel Swami. I am lecturer of James Polytechnic College, Aurangabad, Bihar. The content of the lecture is all about construction of road pavement and material. Today we will see material used for construction of road pavement. In this topic we will see soil, stone aggregate, bituminous material. Let us discuss this topic in detail. First of all, we will see material used for construction of road. The material which is used for the construction of road, we are going to see the varieties of material is used in the construction of road. These are soil, that is naturally occurring or processed, aggregate, in aggregate fine and coarse aggregate obtained from rocks, fine and coarse aggregate, binder like lime, bituminous material and cement, and also miscellaneous material used as admixture for improving the performance of road under heavy load and traffic. These are the materials which are used in the construction of pavement, road pavement. First of all, if we see soil is one of the important factor while construction of road pavement, because if the subgrade of the soil is not good, the road pavement, if what we are laying, will be not in proper. So the main thing is soil, and it is obtained from natural or processed or weathering from rock. And naturally, second is aggregate. If the soil is there, soil basement is there, subgrade soil is there, and if we are not laying aggregates, then we cannot take heavy vehicles on that muddy road. So aggregates are second main important thing for the construction of road pavement. It can be fine aggregate, that is sand, or it can be coarse aggregate, that can be gravel. And gravel, it can be according to the desirable shape and size, which type of aggregate is needed for which type of road. Next is binder. Binder is used like it can be lime binder or bitumen binder material. As you can see, many bituminous road, that is known as flexible road, is used for the construction of pavement, and this bitumen road will be used for traffic within 24 hours. Whereas next is cement. If we use cement concreting road for laying pavement, and this need more curing, and this cement concrete road should be taken more care before traffic and after construction. And the curing period for this cement concrete road should be at least 21 days. If we give curing 21 days, this road life will be longer and the road will go for long time, and the maintenance cost of this cement concrete road will be less. And many miscellaneous material we are using as admixture, like if we are using some admixture like air entering agent or accelerating agent or retarding agent or strength giving agent, that will give impact on the type of material what we are using for the improvement or improvement of strength or any different purpose, like retaining of water. If we are using bitumen, that will retain water from its surface. So miscellaneous material is also used, and this is also a very important material for road pavement of road, and this will give improvement in the performance of road. for if we are going if we are taking heavy load vehicles on the pavement road which are laid, and if the pavement road is good, there will be no maintenance charge will be maximum, and this road will go for long time. Next is soil. If we see soil is one of the important, as I have told you previously, that soil can be studied effectively if they are classified according to the certain principle into definite system. A system is in order of grouping of certain element in a discipline according to predefined principle, that the soil can be divided into according to their soil condition. It can be divided into different types, and this can be done only after effective study on soil, so that if we are laying a pavement, that should be good and it should be for long time. A soil classification system may be defined as fundamental division of various type of soil into according to their certain parameters, such as it can be physical properties, constituent or texture, field performance under load, presence of water, and so on. These are some of the parameters in soil that should be checked carefully before studying a soil before studying a soil for the laying of road, and that should be physical property, texture, field performance, and as well as the presence of water. Then next is soil classification system according to their specification or principal division, that is textural classification, PRA system of classification, that is group index method. Then is unfined soil classification system, Indian standard soil classification system. Let us discuss these methods in detail. First is textural classification system. This is in textural classification system, texture or grain size classification of soil is based on the particular size of soil. Terms such as gravel and sand, silt and clay are used to indicate the range of grain size, and natural soil is invariable a mixture of a particle of various size. As we know, the soil have different type of particle mixed in it, and it can be gravel or sand, or it can be silt or clay. According to its range of grain, soil is divided by textural classification. Next is PRA system of classification, that is group index method. This PRA system is classification is according to the US Bureau of Public Road Development, that is PRA Public Road Development, and PRA is classified as PRA is called as Public Road Administration, as you can see here. This public road development is classified system is called as Public Road Administration, and classification system it was done in 1931. This PRA was classified in a year 1931, especially meant for the use of road construction, and this is usually done for road construction. According to this system, the soil is classified into 8 groups, that is group A1 to A8, the last one being peat. Some groups contain few subgrade. Soil within each groups are excavated according to the group index, that is GI. Calculation for the following empirical formula is empirical formula is 0.2A plus 0.005 AC plus 0.01 BD. This is the empirical formula for the classification according to the PRA plan, that is Public Road Administration Plan, and A is called as the part of percentage passing through US sieve number 200, and according to Indian sieve, that is 75 micron, and it should be greater than 35, and it should not exceed from 75 micron. Excess as positive whole number is 1 to 40, and B is called as the that part of the percentage passing through USF 200 or ISF 75 micron is greater than 15, and it should not exceed 55 micron. Expressed as the positive whole number is 1 to 40, and C is a part of the liquid limit greater than 40, and it should not be greater than 60, and it is expressed as positive whole number as 1 to 20. And then D is called as the part of plasticity index, the part of plasticity index greater than 10, and it should not exceed 30, expressed in positive whole number as 1 to 25. Group A, if we see, means A is denoted as it should not be more than 35, and it should not exceed more than 75. It should be greater than 35, and it should not exceed than 45, and is positive whole number is expressed as 1 to 40, and in B is positive number is also expressed as 1 to 40, and its size should be not greater it should be greater than 50, and it should not exceed 55 micron meter, and in C it is a liquid limit. C is a liquid limit, and it should be greater than 40, and it should not exceed 60, and it is expressed as whole number as 1 to 20, as you can see here. And D is plastic index, it should be greater than 10, and it should not exceed 30, and it is expressed as positive whole number as 1 to 25. Next is unfined soil classification system. This unfined soil classification system, in this system soil are classified into three broad characteristics, that is coarse aggregate, fine grain soil, that is coarse grain soil, fine grain soil, and organic soil. This coarse grain soil with up to 50% passing through number 200 American sieve, and according to Indian sieve it should pass through 75 micron IS sieve. That is if it is passing through 75 micron IS sieve, that is coarse grain soil, and if 50% is passing through 75 micron, that is fine grain soil. And third one is organic soil, that is mixture of humus or some plant or dead animal, that is known as humus, which is mixture and formed as organic soil. Next is Indian Standard of Soil Classification System. According to Indian Standard of Soil Classification, soil is classified into three different parts, that is coarse grain soil, as we have seen in last slide, that is classified according to unfined soil classification system. Same as it is according to Indian, it is classified as coarse grain soil. As I have told, it should more than 50, it should pass the material of its weight through 75 micron. Fine grain soil, it should also pass 75% of its total 50% of its total weight from 75 micron sieve, and high organic soil and other miscellaneous soil material are used in this classification. Next is stone aggregate. If we talk about stone aggregate, aggregate is classified into according to the size, shape, texture, absorbing capacity, as well as the crashing value, impact value, and the Los Angeles, that is abrasion value, should be maintained for the pavement of road. Let us see what is given here. Stone aggregate or other mineral aggregate, as it is called, the most important component material used for the construction of road, and these aggregate are derived from rock, which are formed by calcination of mineral by the force of nature. That is means this aggregate is formed by weathering of by weathering of rocks. If the weathering of rocks will be done, this aggregate can be found. Stone aggregate are invariable derived by breaking the natural occurring rocks to require size. They are used for grain base, sub base as part of bitumen mixture, cement, concrete. They are also used for primary component of relative cheaper road called as waterborne macadam. This aggregate is used for many types of road for the construction of pavement. So aggregate should be thought as chief material in the laying of road pavement, because if we see in cement, concrete is used, so it is called as cement concrete pavement. Then if we see in bitumen, we are using as waterborne macadam. That is also in waterborne macadam also there will be aggregate used for the laying of pavement. And then we see a study of this type of aggregate and their property, and the tests to be determine their stability for the specific purpose is of most important to the highway engineering. And the properties such as strength, durability of aggregate are generally influenced by their origin of occur, mineral constitutions, and the nature of bond between the constitution. This means that the study of aggregate deals about the nature of aggregate and durability of aggregate, as well as it deals about the physical properties of aggregate. And this is very important to know in highway engineering, because in highway engineering, if we are talking about laying a pavement, so we should know about the characteristic and physical property of aggregate, because aggregate is used in all type of pavement mostly. Next we will see geological classification of rocks, that is igneous rock. Next will be the sedimentary and metamorphic rock. These are the three type of rock is geological classification. Igneous rock is formed by cooling and solidification of crystal of molten rocks on the earth crust at a different depth, and this igneous rock is the most strongest than all the two type, and it can be granite, dorolite, or gabbro. This type of rock is the very important, and this is heavy aggregate. As we can say, igneous rock is the strongest than all other. Next is sedimentation rock. Sedimentation rock is formed by fine material or rock fragments, and particle is transported by water or wind and deposited in the layer and get hardened in the course of time to form sedimentary rock. And this when the molten lava will come out, and this ingredient will be settled down, at that time it will get cooled down and form a rock, that is sedimentary rock. And sedimentary rock consists of siliceous varieties of that is sandstone, agrolite, and some calcareous varieties like limestone and dolomite. Next is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock is formed by modification of recrystallization of igneous rock and sedimentary rock by the geological and natural agent such as temperature, pressure, moisture, humidity, and the movement of rock bed. These are the agency according to geological agency. By that, metamorphic rock will be formed, and the popular example of metamorphic rock is silt, that is granite or slate. Next is bitumen material. As we're talking about bitumen material was used as a bonding and the waterproofing agent 1000 years ago. However, the use of bitumen for road making picked up only in 19th century. As the quant for the fuel like petroleum to run automobiles grew, the distillation of crude oil emerged as a major refined industry, and residue known as bitumen and tar founded increasing use of construction bitumen surface, which provides superior riding surface. Bitumen is a hydrocarbon material of naturally or pathogen origin, which is in gas, liquid and semi-solid, as well as or in solid state, and which can be completely soluble in carbon dioxide sulfate, that is CS2. This bitumen material is known as bonding material and it is waterproofing agent, and it is formed by refining of crude oil. As the number of vehicle increase and the usage of petroleum is increased, so bitumen production also got increased, and this bitumen were started in 19th century for laying pavement, and this got more suitable and this got more popular for the construction or for the laying of pavement. So bitumen material is used more in nowadays. As you can see, bitumen pavement, that is known as flexible pavement, and the black bitumen road, black chip pitch road is called as bitumen pavement, as you can see all around your town and cities. Next, the properties of bitumen road material. In bitumen road material, workability will be the fluid will be enough, and the time of mixing of aggregate will be enough, so that the aggregate and the bitumen will be mixed properly, and the workability of aggregate and bitumen will be that much good, so that when it will be compacted, it will lay a good surface for the vehicle for traveling on bitumen road. Then is durability. As we know that little changes in viscosity within usual range of temperature. So in durability, if there is proper providing of camber on road, then the durability of bitumen road will be maximum. And why we are using bitumen road? Because if we are constructing bitumen road, it will be ready for traffic within 24 hours, and the volatile constituents in the bitumen should not be lost excessively at higher temperature to ensure the durability. If the volatile constitution will be lost, then the durability of that bitumen will be lost, so it should be maintained. So if we provide side slope for the road pavement, so the bitumen property mixed with aggregate will be interlocked properly, so that it will not break, and the maintenance of bitumen road will be less. Next is important properties of bitumen road. It should have enough ductility to avoid brittleness and crack, strength and adhesiveness, and cost effectively. These are some of the important properties we should think, and according to that we should lay a pavement. Summary. In this lecture is all about a wide varieties of material used for the construction of road, and these are soil, aggregate, bitumen material and cement concrete. Reference: I have referred online source S.K. Kannan book and Ritu publication book. Thank you for listening my lecture. If you have any doubt or any problem, you are free to contact me through WhatsApp or email me.